Today we're going to be rescaping the Sterbai Corydoras breeding tank. I was originally going to keep this a bare breeding tank because it'd be the easiest to clean and collect the eggs, but I decided I really wanted to scape it for a few reasons. Mainly I want something that's, just more enjoyable to watch and look at, but I also want to give the Sterbais a more naturalistic, home feel, so I want them to have the sand to sift through. And then I also want to give them cover they can hide behind because, as you can see now, none of the Sterbais are out and about. They're all hiding behind that back filter back here. And so every time I come up, they hide. So I want to give them more places to hide, more cover with plants and wood. And so yeah, that's what we're going to do today. And then while I take them out, I'm also going to clean the glass because this glass has like a white haze. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it just makes it really hard to see through. So we're going to take it out and we're going to clean it. And so yeah, let's take everything out of this tank. We're going to move the Sterbais over into this little 10-gallon I've had cycled over here. And then we're going to keep them in there while I rescape this tank. So let's go. Okay, so we have the tank drained, and now we're gonna go ahead and clean the glass and try to get those hard water stains or mineral deposits or whatever those are, get those cleaned off. So I bought this just distilled white vinegar, it's 5%, and we're gonna see if that does the trick. So let's try it. Okay guys, so a little change of plans. I tried really hard to clear this tank, but I think it's going to need something stronger than vinegar to clean it, so I'm just not going to use it right now. So we're going to actually replace this tank with this 40-gallon breeder down here. So I made some room up here, as you can see. I'm going to put the 40 breeder right in the middle there, and then that's going to be the new Sterbai Corydoras breeding tank. So that's what we're working on now. I'm just filling that tank up. And then I'm going to drain this and get it up there. So that's the next step. Okay, so quick update. This is pretty drastic, I know. Okay, so I was going to put this 40 breeder up, in that spot where I showed you earlier. But it turns out this 40 breeder is like warped. The glass is warped and like the left side was sticking up off the ground. And so I didn't want to use that long term. So I ended up buying a new 40 breeder. You can see over there. And it's 18 inches wide, but this stand is like 16 inches wide. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking all the tank. Okay, sorry about that folks, my mic cut off, so I'm doing this while I'm editing. So what the plan is now is to take all the tanks off, and then I'm gonna shift both of those 2x4s over so that they have about an inch. I think it ended up being 1.5 inches of overhang on each side, and then just a bigger gap in the middle. Okay, another update real quick. We got the 40 breeder on there. So what I did is I made an extra big gap in the middle, and we have a 1.5 inches of overhang on each side. And what do you guys think? Do you think that's safe? I saw a YouTube video. I think Corey from Aquarium Co-op built a stand like this, and I think he did 1 inch on each side overhang. And so I think this should be fine. Sorry, the mic cut off again, but yeah. I think this should be fine. I have it all set up now and it seems good, but yeah, just let me know in the comments, would you guys trust this type of stand with that overhang there, or would you find a different solution? Okay, we finally have all the tanks set back up. It took a long time. I am out of breath, I'm exhausted, but we got it back up and we got our new tank up there and it's ready to go. We got our fish back in the tanks, but yeah, it's time to get escaping on this bad boy now. Okay, so we're going with the sugar white sand for this tank. I bought 4 10-pound bags to make sure we had plenty. I wanted to have enough rather than run out and then have to go buy some more midway, so I bought 4 bags of that. And I went with the white sand because I think it'll really make the plants in the tank just really pop. And I think it'll just look really good overall. I know a lot of people say white sand can make the tank dirty, but I'm not too worried about that. I know I can keep it clean, so decided to go with the white. I think it's gonna look really good, so let's wash it and get it in the tank. Okay, so we got all 40 pounds of sand in there. Glad we went with 40 because I think it's a good amount. I mean, probably could have even used some more to be honest, but I think I'm gonna be fine with 40 for now at least. If I want to add more later, I can. But yeah, that's the sand in there. Next step is to get the hardscape in. Okay, so I picked up this really cool piece of driftwood here. It's a nice big arch. It's kind of like a big, tree root sticking up. So we're gonna place this right in the middle, and it's got like different spots on it and put plants in. There's like a little spot here on the side, this spot in the back there. So I think it's gonna look really cool in the tank. So yeah, let's get it in there. Okay, so we got the driftwood in there. We got the glare there. We got the driftwood in. Right in the middle there. We buried the base so you can't see the base in there. Looks pretty good. We got some rocks also to go with it. Picked up some of these rocks as well we're gonna put in there. I think they're called like Seiryu. Don't know how you pronounce it to be honest. But picked up some cool rocks we're gonna place around the tree. And yeah, it's gonna look awesome. So let's get those placed. Okay, so I placed the rocks in there. I am not a professional aquascaper or hardscaper. Kind of just winging it, I mean, I think it looks pretty good though. We got this little triangle cluster over here. We got these two over here, trying to just balance out everything, trying to fill it out. And we're gonna have some plants, on each side too, mixed in with there. So I don't know. If it doesn't look good, we can always change it later, but that's what I got now. Okay, and for the plants for this tank, I went with 3 Anubias plants. I think there are 3 different types of Anubias. I'm not sure which one's which. But then we also got 2 Winty greens. And then also some 5 pieces of frog bit. So floating plants. So we're gonna add those to the tank. And then I also am gonna get more stem plants, but I was at the store today and they didn't have any, so I'm gonna go back tomorrow or go somewhere else and look for some stem plants for the back to add some more cover, but then also just more depth to the tank to fill it up. But yeah, let's get these plants added. I'm actually gonna fill it up with some water before I put the plants in. I'm just gonna add a few inches and then I'm gonna put the plants in. So I have this plate here, I'm gonna put it in so it doesn't disturb the sand too much. Okay, we have our Winty green. We're gonna take it out of the pot and put it in the tank. So let's go. Okay, so we have our Winty green placed in the tank here. Place it alongside the rocks on the side of the driftwood. I think it's spaced pretty nicely. You kind of cover some of those open areas, but then also leaves a bunch of open sand area for the Sterbais to swim around still, which is kind of what I want. I want them to have a lot of open space still, but also cover. So yeah, we got the Winties in, and now I'm gonna fill more water up, and then I'm gonna put some Anubias attached to the log here. So let's add more water, then add the Anubias. Okay, so I'm still filling up the water, but the log started floating up, so I had to put the rocks to weigh it down. I didn't boil the log or anything beforehand, so yeah, it started floating up. So I'll let it sit like this until it stays down, and then I'll move the rocks back to where I had them, but yeah. Okay, so I pulled out some dragonstone I had from a different tank to help weigh it down because they're bigger pieces and they're heavier, so they help weigh it down easier. And then I'm also able to keep some of the other rocks for like decorations on the side, so that's probably gonna need to stay in there for, I don't know, I tried to Google it, said maybe even a week or two to waterlog this log, so hopefully it's quicker than that, but yeah, we might have to keep that in there for a while. But for now, we can go get our Nubius in, and then add our frog bit, and then this tank should be done, besides, obviously, the most important part, the fish. So let's go ahead and get the Nubius put in. Okay, so I put the Nubius in. I don't know if you can see it, put some on the side log here. See if I can get up here and get a better view. I got some up on the side log over here. I placed some up in the top log. And then, yeah, put the winties in there that I already showed you. But what do we think about that? Does that look good, or? There's a nice little hole over here on this side in the log, so I just pop them in there. And then also on the top, there's little holes I could put them in, but otherwise, I just wasn't sure where else to place them because there wasn't really a spot on the left side. So I kind of just plopped it in the top, but I think maybe, you know, in the future it might grow out, it might look pretty cool. I don't know, what do you guys think? That's what I'm going with for now, so yeah. Last plant is the frog bit, so let's get that put in. Okay, so I got the frog bit placed in here. You can see all the roots hanging down. So I've never used frog bait before. Like, are the roots supposed to be this long? Like, I know they can get pretty long, but should I be cutting those down? I've never used it before, so I have no idea. I'll have to Google that or something. Yeah, if you use frog bait, let me know. What should I do with that? But yeah. So these are the plants I have for now. Tomorrow I am going to try to get some stem plants. I'm going to put them in the back to just kind of fill in the back corners and the bare areas on the sides. So yeah, we'll add those tomorrow. But for now I'm going to get the filter and the light on. We'll give it another look. Okay, we got the light on, the heater, and the filter set up. So here it is. What do we think so far? Like I said, we're going to add more stem plants to the back, so it's going to kind of hopefully cover those filters a bit, add some more cover in the back, and then we're also going to add our fish in. So let's add our fish in, and then we'll come back tomorrow for the stem plants. Okay, so we added the Sterbai to the tank. They're pretty happy, I think, with their nice sand, but we also added one more little guy to the tank. Well, actually two. We added a pair of Pearl Gouramis. These guys are nice and peaceful gouramis. They'll fit right in with the Corys. And also, they'll like all the plant coverage we're gonna have also. Like I said, again, we're gonna have stem plants I'm adding tomorrow. But yeah, might try to breed these guys as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow when we add the stem plants. Alrighty guys, it's the next day and we picked up some new stem plants. So on the right side here we picked up some Ludwigia. I think it's gonna look good. It might have some reddish color, I'm not sure if it will or not. So I think that'll add a nice touch to the tank. And then on the left side we got the Bacopa Caroliniana, however you pronounce that. So yeah, I think we're gonna put this like on the left side of the tank and then this one on the right side of the tank, and it should look pretty nice. So let's go ahead and get those planted into our tank. Okay, so we have all the stem plants in now. You can see the Ludwigia back here on the right side, kind of filling in that open space. And then I think Bacopa it's called, over here on the left. So what do we think of the tank? I already showed it yesterday, but we also have the Anubias tucked into the leaves in the back. We got some frog bit in there as well. Got the Sterbai over there. They're still hiding for now, but they'll get used to this tank. I mean, now that I'm messing with it again, they're kind of scared, but yeah, where are the, oh yeah, the Pearl Gouramis are back there too. Yeah, what do you guys think of the tank? I think it looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, this is my second planted tank only, so I am not a pro at this, but I did my best, and you know, I think it turned out decent. I mean, obviously it could be better, and then over time, you know, these plants will grow in and cover more of the open space, make it more full, but I think for now, it looks pretty good. And yeah, it would be nice when I can move those rocks and put those back to where they were. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the tank. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like. Also, comment down below on a scale of 1 to 10 what you think of the tank, and you can be honest. Like I said, it's only my second tank, so I know it's not perfect, but I think it turned out decent. And sorry if the video wasn't great. I mean, I know yesterday we obviously ran into a lot of troubles, and it took me a long time, and so I was kind of just like ready to get the tank done, so it wasn't as good as I know it could be. And then also the filming, like, I don't know if I was blocking it. I feel like I was blocking it a lot, so apologies for that as well. But yeah, I mean, I think it turned out decent. In the future, I might have to invest in like a different tripod to get a different angle, but yeah, hopefully you were able to see me planting it. And hopefully this video is not a complete bust, but yeah, comment down below, scale of 1 to 10, what do you think of the tank? And I will see you guys next Sunday.